Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're tackling something we all struggle with. How do you get ahead in your career without feeling like you're just playing a character? We're going to dig into how you can be strategic and successful, but still feel like your authentic self.
Okay, let's start with a feeling I'm sure you know well. That blank screen paralysis, right? The second you need to sound professional, it's like a switch flips and you go into what the folks at Superhuman call corporate robot mode. Suddenly your personality is just gone and every word feels forced.
So why is this so tough? Well, it feels like a performance, because it kind of is. We're trying to create a very specific impression. But here's the key. The challenge isn't about learning to fake it better. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can be both strategic and authentic. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. All right, let's dive right in. The key to unlocking all of this comes from a really powerful idea from sociologist Erving Goffman. It's called impression management. Now, I know, that sounds super academic, but it's something we all do all the time, without even thinking about it. It's just the process of choosing what you share to kind of shape how people see you. And listen, this is the most important part. This is not about being fake, it's about being intentional. It's about using your true self strategically to get where you want to go. The way Goffman explained this is just brilliant. He used a theater analogy. We all have a backstage self. You know, that's you at home, totally unfiltered, maybe venting to a friend. But when we go to work, we step onto the front stage. This is our public, professional self, where our words and actions are more curated for our audience. And honestly, a big part of mastering your career is getting really good at managing that front stage performance. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we get better at managing that front stage? Well, it's not about memorizing a script. It's about taking control of your own personal story. This is your toolkit for doing just that.
Let's start with a classic, the elevator pitch. This four-step model from General Assembly is fantastic, especially if you're changing careers. It walks you through introducing yourself, owning your past experiences, connecting them to where you want to go, and then clearly stating your ambition. It just works because it replaces all that awkward uncertainty with a clear, confident story.
And you know, a huge part of controlling your own story is about how you handle the tricky parts, like a gap in your resume. Instead of sounding apologetic or defensive, the strategic move is to be confident and forward-looking. You see? You're not hiding the gap, you're owning it as part of your journey and immediately pivoting to the value you're ready to bring right now.
Now, what happens when your front stage audience is a senior leader? The rules of the game change completely. They are incredibly short on time. That means you have to be fast, you have to be direct, know your key points, cut out all the ums and ahs, and frame it like a conversation. This doesn't just show you respect their time, it makes you look like a strategic thinker.
Okay, so let's take all of this and apply it to something that makes a lot of people anxious, networking. Because when you really think about it, what is networking? It's just impression management in action.
Seriously, if you take away just one thing about networking, make it this. The single biggest mistake people make is thinking, what can I get from this person? The most successful people flip that question entirely. They ask, what can I give? Shifting from a get mindset to a give mindset is the secret. It's a total game changer. And you can see this give first idea in action when you look at how to write a great networking email. It's always specific. The ask is small and easy, but the crucial part, the thing most people miss, is offering some kind of value. You're not just taking their time, you're giving them an interesting article, a useful insight, or just showing them the respect of having done your homework.
All right, so you're getting pretty good at managing impressions with people. But here's the modern twist, and it's a really big one. Your audience isn't always human anymore.
This is what's called algorithmic management. And it's not some far-off sci-fi concept. It is happening right now. In warehouses, tracking your every move. In call centers, analyzing your tone of voice. Even in banks. More and more, it's software that's deciding who does what and how well they're doing it. So this creates a whole new kind of front stage performance, right? And you've got to understand the new rules and the new risks. Researchers talk about opacity, which is just a fancy word for being judged by a black box when you don't even know the rules. Then there's metric fixation, where all the things that make you a great teammate, like your creativity or willingness to mentor, get ignored because they can't be turned into a number. And finally, you can lose your autonomy with a machine telling you what to do next. It's a huge challenge.
And this quote, man, it just nails the problem perfectly. The real danger here is that these systems can take all the wonderful, messy, complex parts of being human at work,
our judgment, our collaboration, and just flatten them into a simple mechanical number. So where does all of this leave us? I mean, are we supposed to become perfect corporate robots for our bosses and perfect data points for the algorithms? No. The goal is to become something much more powerful, an authentic strategist.
An authentic strategist is someone who combines intention with integrity. Your authenticity, who you really are, that's your anchor. Your strategy, that's your map for how to navigate the world. You use your narrative as a tool, you use generosity to connect, and your edge is being aware that your audience isn't just people anymore, it's also the machines. See, at the end of the day, being strategic isn't about being fake. It's about being thoughtful. It's about taking control of your performance to make sure your authentic value is seen, understood, and rewarded. So the final question is, how will you choose to present your most valuable asset? Yourself. Thanks for watching The Explainer.